Okay, so I started to record. So yeah, based on good day everyone again. My name is Joseph. The cohort one coordinator for the Velonty Fellowship. And I just wanted to get you guys feedback. I'm sure some of you already wrote the feedback on the feedback link, like how has been the learning so far, and I'll just try to correct some misconception that maybe some persons might have had, and also has to make sure that we're on the same page. And I will talk about the grouping system for today. So I want you guys to talk. I want to hear you out. Any feedback, any comments before we start today's meeting, because I feel like that's like even one of the major reasons why we are here. Anybody wants to go first? Okay, I feel like people like us to call names. So I'm just going to start from the last name on my name. Okay, Chigo. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right. Chukwa goes.
It's Chukwu. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So we look.
Okay. So yeah. Why going through the resource materials, especially the textbook? I think the earlier part is okay. Not really. Yeah. Both the textbook. Okay. The first part of in the first 25 parts of the videos, the playlist they said that we had, we were given. So I think the scope of the things covered there, you know,
You
more
think
like
what?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure I got that.
Okay, I'm saying I think the scope of the content. I don't know if I don't know if it goes beyond uh data analytics or because I know I came across things that talk about research, and I know actually yes, there is the research aspect of data analytics, but then
Mm-hmm.
more of probably academic research, trying to design a research or research designs and all of that. Okay. And well, yes, to me, it's still relevant to my field. Okay. I actually enjoyed it more, coming because I know, yeah, I remember when I was actually introduced to those concepts, they really sounded like highfalutin and all of that. So coming to see them again, combining the text material with the videos made it really more interesting. Okay, so but I don't know if you can help also probably maybe share more light or shed more light on how they relate to, you know, will I say the major reason why we are here. Because for me, okay, I think I see them more from the aspect of research. Though I said I know because, okay, from my own personal reason, I know there is still the aspect of research in data analytics, but I don't know, maybe you can enlighten me more in that aspect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your comment. That was really valuable. So I'm just going to get other people's comments, and I think I'm going to circle back at your comment. Thank you so much. How we want to go next? So I'm putting them down. Who wants to go next? Almost everybody should talk. Okay, I think I'm just gonna call names. Oluwashemilore. I don't know. Do you have any comment regard to the I think 2 weeks thus far of the resources that you've been giving to? Okay, Abib, what about you? Um,
Right now, so I can't really talk very well.
yeah, Abib, what track are you?
Data analysis.
Okay, okay, you can't really talk at the moment. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
Simi.
Joseph.
Okay,
Yeah. So good afternoon. Oh, sorry, good day, everyone. So like for me, the 2 weeks has been amazing. Although I've done more of the video part than the reading part in that sense. So I will ensure that I catch up with the reading part too. So I feel that the first, I think Alex, the analyst, and the second week for the Indian guy. I really, really like enjoyed their session because it was more of like, okay, someone that has been in the field, like talking like, okay, what to expect, what data analysts do, and all of that. So I find that really interesting because I know very, very little about, to an extent, still very little about data analytics. So for me, those videos were really, really helpful. Then the second part, I think that's about that one that looks like a school where the teacher was holding I've forgotten the title of the channel, that we saw the first 25 on week 1, then 25 to 50 on week 2. So when I started seeing the videos at first, especially week 2, week 1 was still quite okay. It was really, really like German to me. Like I didn't really like grasp like everything in that sense at once, but it was quite like how do I want to put it? If it shows that I actually have a long way to go in that sense, because if I don't have a long way to go, I can easily get to understand and all of that. So that's about the second video. Then as regards the reading part, I think I've only covered like the 3 chapters in the previous one. Then probability. So like probability, like I used to run away from probability and set, like even back in secondary school, not because I was not just interested. Anything set, anything probability, any other topic in maths, I'm always like, okay, the algebra, but probability and set, nah. But now coming to read about probability and all, the textbook is particularly quite explanatory, because like there's a breakdown of the process, and not starting from statistics to up until chapter 4 is probability and all. So the 2 weeks experience has actually been very good. So I look forward to more, and I also get to like recap some of the things I didn't get in the previous 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Timmy, for that contribution. Okay, Oluwashimilore, thank you also. I've seen your feedback in the group chat. I think I'm left with Olagbaju. Olagbaju was quite early. Thank you for coming in early. Olagbaju, I want to hear your feedback. So I want you to mention your track and you get to see your experience so far.
Yeah, good day, everyone.
Okay.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Good day.
perfectly
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
All right, so I'm with technology actually.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so the 2 weeks has been good, but I have quite some things to say concerning how voluminous those things are, the resources we get every week. I was thinking, is there a way we can get a scope, is a guideline to what we are expected, how far we are expected to go? Is there like a scope for the week or scope for the day, something like that? And also, I don't know, but I think it will be good if we can have our coordinators engage us in a way on the group, on the Slack group, on the Slack channel, engage us in a way, see how we are doing, and well, it's not like we are not big boys and big girls. It's not like we can't do ourselves for them. To a certain level, I think that will actually help us to be accountable in a way when we are asked, um, what did you learn? What did you gain? What did you do today? I think that would be all right. And also interacting with one another. There are times that we might like to, me as a person, I like to want to share with you what I learned. And I'll be over a call or probably a chat, share with you what I learned. What did you learn? How did you see this? How did you go about this? So I think that's but aside that, the 2 weeks has been good, a lot of resources to consume actually, and it's been educative. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Olagwaju. So I want to thank every one of you for your honest feedback. This feedback is really helpful to make things get better. And also, I'm just going to not like I'll fully answer or would be on the defense. Some of them are things that I'm going to just a little bit clarify. And also, I just wanted to say, after this meeting, so those in School of Tech should wait for a few minutes after a while those in School of Data go. So I will have said we should have a breakout section, but because of some of the conversations might be overlapping, so I'll first of all address conversation relating to School of Data. So but in case there's anything I didn't really talk about in maybe the question or the suggestion you give right now, kindly remind me when I say I'm done. Okay, so first of all, one thing you guys understand, I understand is that everyone is not at the same level. Some of you might have some background that is going to really help you understand some things better. And people go to school to maybe 4 years, 3 years to learn some of these things. So, but one thing that we are trying to compress 3 years into 6 months. So first thing, naturally, you want to expect it to be fast paced. So no matter how I won't feel to my own point of view, I won't feel like it's a little bit even slow. So but I have to in a way go slower than I think in my head, and all. So one thing you need to know is that it's going to be very fast paced. So because if you in a way want to go very slow as you think we should go, or at everyone's pace, we might take maybe a year and all. So and my plan is not my plan. The plan for us at Velonty is maybe 3 to 4 months. We at least have a ground on the skills, and we start to try to dive into job markets, how to do more of practical stuff. So I understand what you're saying. So I have for example, I have things I'm also learning also from other training platforms, and it's very fast paced, very, very fast paced. I don't want to tell you how fast paced is this. So days I'm just I have to stay up nights to do things, and I still have other responsibilities and all. So I think that's that about that. So for the School of Data, most of the times when people want to learn data analysis, the first thing they want to do is go to Excel, go to Python, go to Power BI, and that's a wrong approach. So this is not a traditional university or a traditional school. You have an exam, you have to cram everything. So learning statistics and maths is the basic, is the foundation for you to be a good data analyst. So because it's more of you are solving real business problems. So when you are going to be in the industry or have a data to manipulate, it's not going to be based on a well-curated data, or somebody gives you a data that you downloaded online. So you need to know questions that you have to ask. So for instance, so one of the things I plan to do in this meeting is to try to help you connect the dots from some of the videos we watched. Now, because we also got the feedback that it's a little bit fast-paced, so maybe some of you are unable to, because you just got into the whole learning process. So I'm sure after a month or two, you might get used to it. So that is why this week we are giving a break and say, okay, not necessarily break, but go back resources that you feel you did not understand, then you should go back and watch those resources again. So not necessarily you want to be in the academia, this thing. So for research, for data analysts, I think listening to Chikwa goes in question. So for data analysis, there's no way you can say you are a good data analysis without doing a bit of research. So one thing I wanted to in the following week, not this week, but for those in the School of Data, I'm going to be sending you guys the resources on the different type of data stuff that we have. When I mean data stuff, like data track. So we have like data analysts, we have data scientists, we have data engineer, we have data architects. So you need to know like how they're interwoven. So, and I really saw like a very nice video that explained basic of it. So you need to even know where is my final destination in this like data stuff I'm doing. For instance, there's like a research data analyst, there's just a data analyst. So I am trained not as a data analyst, I'm trained as a researcher. So because I know that when I get when I work to get to work with clients, one of the things that makes me competitive or more advantageous is that the kind of questions I ask my clients, because I ask you, so what is the objective? What is the goal of this thing? Okay, why are you using this data? Why do we should use this data? And the client says, okay, I want to solve this problem. And I look at the data the client has, can it solve the problem? So that is thinking like a researcher. So we need to try to instill that kind of research thinking mindset, which is going to give you that competitive advantage. So you're not just, okay, find the mean of sex. That is wrong. You can't find the mean of a categorical variable. But when you put that in a software, it's going to analyze it for you. So you need to know what is working or what is not working. So one thing I need you guys to know is that initially it might look like you are not getting anything. So you just started. It's at least give it like a month or maybe 1.5 months before you feel like, oh, I think this is like a waste of time. So I don't want to rush you guys into executing. That's why we are trying to say, okay, know the basics first of all. I know. So and that's like one of the reasons for this meeting is to try to put you guys in groups. Like I think one of that was, I think was he who mentioned that already? I think it was Olagbaju. We're talking about like, I mean, having like a close knitted conversation with each other. So we'll put you guys in group, maybe 3 person in a group. So what the main purpose of that group is so that you'll be able to interact with each other, like ask each other's questions, check up on each other. Like maybe there's a particular, so I also try to look at people based on their background, like based on what is filled in the form when you applied, and maybe people that are a little bit like you have a good background in statistics or data analytics before, so you'll be able to help your peers, and you also learn better when you try to help one another. And also another reason for the group is because when we start to work on projects, you're going to first of all do group projects. So the group project is, so there's that group you will work on your group project with. So either you guys meet on Zoom, you write a group project, you write a report on the project, then thereafter you work on your individual projects. So, and we also teach you how to have a portfolio, so you can start to have like a place where you upload your project on, just in case you want to start to like apply for jobs and all. So I can't necessarily like give you guys all of the direction of how we plan your data analysis journey to go. But I think if you also give us more feedback, it's going to really be helpful. That is why we said that we are going to be having like meetings like once in 2 weeks. So the whole idea of Velonty is not to do like the traditional training system where people meet every Saturday now and then to learn things, because we understand that people have like different things that they are going on in their life. So our meeting maximum should be 45 minutes, max maybe over time, maybe an hour. So like it's just so that you guys can feel that, okay, I'm in a community of learners. So like I said, so after like this meeting, based on a couple of factors, some persons would have to like drop out from the program, some persons would still stay in the program. So you'll be getting an email like on Monday if you are like are still in the program or not. And I think talking about like messaging or chatting on the group, I think that's like a very good feedback. So I'm going to just communicate that more to the representatives, that is those that are in charge. So also one thing you can also do is try to reach out to them. So a couple of these guys have like other things that they are doing, and they are doing like in quote a free service, which I know they also sorry guys, which I know they're also passionate about. So I want you to reach out to them, you could be the one that will start up a conversation. So some people might just, because you guys don't know each other, so you might be awkward chatting with each other, but you can also build industry relationship. So when you like get to talk to one another, it's going to be very helpful in getting to understand better, because everybody has their own strength, and we could try to augment one another based on that. I think what else? Is there anything else I'm missing? I know some of you, I got a feedback, some of you want to like just dive into like practical straight up, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. So the next set of resources that the School of Data are going to be, you guys are going to be getting, would be a little bit more specific into data analysis statistics. So I just had to like give the whole basic statistic stuff, so you understand, okay, what is probability? When somebody is saying, I want to assume maybe you don't even know probabilities, I'm sure some of people use this in their daily language, was what's the chance that we are going to get a particular sale? It's still saying what's the probability that we're going to get a particular sale. And also, and it depends on like the context in which you are using data analysis. And then I'll just talk a little bit for those in School of Tech. For School of Tech, like you can't, for example, the average earning power, or like the average money a software developer earns is almost 25% or maybe 30% higher than the money like a data analyst or a data scientist will earn. So that kind of place or gives you the perspective that is actually harder. So you can't expect to do the same work and get like higher pay. So you have like more resources to consume. You have like I am also like into I'm like in software, like I'm an upcoming software engineer. So so I kind of like I could relate with what like you are saying, that it could really be very demanding, because people go to school to study computer science or software engineering for 4 years. So there's just a lot of resources that you have to do. But one thing I'm trying to help with the School of Tech is help you with more of practical, because yours should be more practical than theoretical. So, but you still have to like read. And like one thing I wanted to say was that the purpose of adding PDFs and also videos is because some of you, you have like your different approach to learning. Some people find it easier to consume like a written material, or they prefer to watch a video. So that is why we have those two resources. So we are not, the resources is not for this or that, but you can see it as this or that. So if you enjoy the videos, first of all, then you could, at least you know you are gaining something. If you enjoy reading, so we don't want it to just be like you are watching videos, or you are not the kind of person that likes to read PDFs. So what I do for me is like, I'm kind of like enrolled in a training program also. And what they do is, for the most part, is just PDFs. And I don't like PDFs. I prefer watching videos. So what I did was, I just on my laptop, I lighted, I don't know, it depends on the laptop you're using, but I feel like a couple of laptop or device able to do it. Just go to YouTube, how to convert text to audio. So I try to read. So I just use my device to make sure I convert the text to audio. So it read this to me, and I also see. So with that, I'm able to not get stressed out. So, and like I said, so if there's a due date for Friday, and you know that, okay, based on your schedule, like Saturday works for me. So if you get something on Friday, why not knock it out on Saturday? If you know yours is Sunday, if you know yours is like a Monday, so you know, based on the resources I have, you try to, immediately you get the resource. I think one thing that could be helpful is try to look at the overview of the resource and try to say that, because sometimes some weeks might just be a lot, some weeks might just be like little. So one of the things we'll do, you can do, is try to check the resource and say, okay, maybe the days I know I'm very free, let me try to knock out like maybe almost 40%. Then you just allot time for yourself. I think that is like the major thing. So we want it to be like, you do things like at your convenience, but you also like you are reporting. Like I said, if you don't report to that link, it's more like you are not doing anything. So because that is the way we could get to see and track your progress. So an attending meeting is like very important. So I don't know if there's anything I'm missing out, anything that you guys have any other concern I am not saying, maybe for some persons that joined a little late, or there's anything you want to add or any question, any concern that you have. If there's none, I'm not a fan of always time wasting. Any question, anything that we missed? Okay, I think I'm just gonna say this for those in School of Data. So you guys, you don't have to understand this right now. Eventually you could go back to this video and try to like what I mean, go back to this video is that you could try to listen to what I'm trying to say. So most times we have, maybe you must have seen in the videos that you watched also, or like also subsequent video I'm going to give you, you would get to understand this better. So we have variables type. So variables are basically, let me use a layman language. So anything can be a variable, like sex, gender, income, anything can be a variable, like anything that you use that is like you can, like a data, like if each unit of the data can be a variable. So those variable types could either be categorical or numeric. So categorical are things like gender. Categorical variable are things like states. Like, so we know we have Ondo, Lagos, and all. Categorical are things like what else? Anything that you feel like they are like your tribe, that's a categorical variable. So most of the times in data analysis, you try to compare groups. So we try to say, oh, is this group buying better? Are males thriving better than females? So those are like two groups. So that is categorical. So another type of variable is like the numerical variable. So numeric is like we have we have height, you have income. So things are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So under numeric, you can actually now break them down into ordinal. Sorry, not under numeric. So under numeric, you could have like things that like maybe 1.1, 1.2, and there are some that is just 1, 2, 3, 4, but they are still basically numeric. So they have like names they call them. So I'm not going to give you guys verbals or a lot of words. So under categorical too, so they could be subdivided into like ordinal categorical variable or normal categorical variable. So example of an ordinal categorical variable is when you rate something. So you rate it maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can't count it as a numerical variable because it is like 1 is different from 2, 2 is different from 3, 3 is different from 4. So because the reason why it is ordinal is because also 5 is higher than 4, 3 is higher than 1. So that is why it has like levels. So another ordinal categorical variable, you can say very good, good, poor, excellent, poor, and very poor. So that is like ordinal. So they are categorical variable. Things that just normal categorical variable could be what I just said, like sex, male or female. So in data analysis, so when you have like the way you analyze a categorical variable is different from the way you analyze a numerical variable. So this thing I just said in like about 5 minutes is actually like one of the foundation for data analysis. If you miss these things, or if you don't know how to analyze a categorical variable and how to analyze a numerical variable, or how to analyze that the interchange of those variables together, if you have both categorical and numerical variable, you want to check their relationship, you are going to get things wrong. So like I said, this is not like a 1 week or program or 2 weeks program. So this is like a about estimated 6 months program. So we can go at a slower pace. So one thing I want you to maximize is that you are using a resource you don't understand. You either ask your peer members, or like I'm also going to give you a peer mentor. Like that's part of like the our representative here at Velonty. So if there's anything that you don't understand, you could always message me privately and say, oh, like I watched this particular resource video and or you could send an email or so. So you know our communication channel is email or Slack. So I have been doing this thing for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. So if there's something that you ask me and I know is high level, I'm just gonna tell you, bro, sis, calm down. So I think that's really that about that. So if there's really none on that thing, after this meeting today, before Monday, you're going to be getting an email about the group you fall into. You're also going to be getting an email about if you are still in the Velonty Fellowship. So if other than that, any other thing, I think I'm just going to wait for like a minute. So I'm waiting for anybody that want to say anything. If there's really nothing else, I'm going to stop recording at the moment. Let me stop recording.